And I mean, in general, it just got to where, okay, yeah, sure, I'll roleplay and whatever. So, got into the 9 roleplay, and then I had a really big falling out with my mom in particular, where one of my friends, a long story short, one of my friends was a big computer hacker and everything. He used LogMeIn a lot, and if you don't know LogMeIn, it's where you can be a remote computer and you can control somebody's computer from a different area. You don't have to be in the same house. And so stuff went down, and he eventually just kind of had this really big grudge against me. And apparently he helped us get my mom's computer in working order. And he was talking to my mom one day, and this was months after we had already stopped talking to each other. And so Mom came in one morning, and she was asking me, had I broken up any friendships lately, or had I had any issues with friends or online, or am I okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, because I had no idea what she was talking about. And she was talking about how, she just said somebody was asking how you were doing and how they had a falling out and whatever with you. And she couldn't remember the name or anything. And after she left, I just kind of got really pissed, because I'm a very approachable person, and it pisses me off when you have to go to somebody else that isn't in the issue to actually come talk to me.
Yeah, guys, if you ever have a problem with her, talk to her directly. Don't come to me.
Yeah, because all of her friends, it really does. And I know I'm blunt and everything, but
my friends, my husband, my roommate, pretty much everybody that has ever had any sort of issue with her has come to me and been like, hey, can you talk to her for me? I don't like that bullshit. Talk to her directly, please.
And I mean, yeah, I might shove you off and whatever, but I'm still going to listen to you, and I still appreciate the fact you came and talked to my face. I might push you down for it, I might even laugh in your face, but whatever, but I still appreciate the fact that you came and talked to my face. So I was really upset over this, and I wrote this giant thing where I was talking about, I was like, look, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Yahoo, I'm on AIM, MSN, ICQ, IRC, Trillion. You can have my phone numbers, you can have my email addresses. There's practically no way you cannot get a hold of me. You may not be able to get a hold of me at that time, but it leaves a message wherever you talk to me at, and I do get back to you. And so this was really upsetting, and I wanted to know who it was. And I at the time, I wasn't even thinking, okay, this is somebody who hates me or whatever. It wasn't that. I was like, if it's somebody who I haven't talked to in a long while, come talk to me. Don't go to my mom, because my mom has enough problems on her hands. So later on, my mom actually had to go to the hospital that night. She has a lot of medical issues. And so while she was gone, I was talking to one of my sisters who also knew this friend with the computers. And she was like, do you think it possibly could be him? And I was like, I don't know. I kind of still have respect for him in the sense that I think he's a little bit more mature than to resort to do something stupid like that. And so we were just kind of talking about it. And then I went and I checked my mom's computer, because she told me she was having problems with it. It kept rebooting on her. And to me, I wasn't even thinking, okay, it's him immediately. The first thing I was thinking is, okay, he knows that I take my family and friends very personally. So if he were to make a hit, it would probably be to my mom, and I knew Mom had logged me in on the computer still. So I went to uninstall it. She had left her Yahoo Messenger up, and his name was on it. And I distinctly remember her telling me the name was too long, it was all these random letters, and he is from the Netherlands, so he has a Dutch username, and it's a very long username. And I was like, okay, things are kind of connecting here. So I opened up the chat log. I didn't know Yahoo had a chat log. I right-clicked it to get rid of it from her messenger in case he would try to bother her. And I opened up the chat log, and I find out that both of them have been talking about me the whole time, and there were a lot of things said and
that were very hurtful.
And I just got extremely angry. One of them was, she's the worst child I've had yet, and just kind of that stuff. And I'm adopted, and the adoption doesn't bother me and everything, but when you say something like that, and you don't say it to my face, and you're that freaking close to me, that irritated me. So I got to the point where I was like, okay, look guys, I need whatever money you guys are feel free to donate. I need to get out of here. And I was like, okay, I'm going down to Kentucky. I'm either going down to Kentucky or I'm going down to Florida with my current fiance at the time. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go down to Kentucky. And
and
I was like, okay,
he has Stitch Punks here.
Yes. And so I was like, okay, let's do it this way. Let's make a bet. I love making bets because I'm a gambler and I always fucking win. So I told my mom, I said, all right, you let me do this. You let me take my computer down to Hannah's because she's already agreed. And Mom knows Hannah from back when we did Fosters.
Yeah.
She always makes the joke we're lesbian lovers. She had no idea how true that was until lately. But finally it was like, okay, all right, let's do this. And so I was like, here's the deal. Let me go down for 2 weeks. They've already agreed to let me stay for 2 weeks.
That was fun.
Let me go down for 2 weeks, and I'll take my computer, and here's the deal. There's a job there I've been wanting, this call center job. And ever since Hannah got the job, I have always wanted to work at a call center. So nobody else could figure out why, but I always did. But I was like, if I can score a job at this call center, I get dibs on staying down there and helping them dish out rent and whatever, and I'll be out of your hair, period, case closed. If I don't, I'll come back after the 2 weeks, whoop-de-doo, I'll try again. But I said I would keep trying. Once I got home, I'd start raising the money again, go right back down. So I came down here. Her birthday was on March 20th. I got here on the 18th or 19th.
Pretty much in time for my birthday, which was kind of yay.
So that was the whole point of coming down in the first place. I did want to come down for her birthday at least. And then this whole drama exploded.
She felt bad.
I felt so guilty because
she's like, I'm coming down for your birthday, but it's like
I'm
for me. Not for you.
Yeah, because I was like, I wanted to get out of my parents' house at the time, and I was like, okay,
I was like,
I'm getting out of hand.
You're coming down. I'm meeting you in person for the first time. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you were also terrified at the same time because you're like, oh God, what if she's not like she is? But
and like, I cleared it with my roommate first, and my roommate already knew.
Yeah, and he was cool at the time.
And, yeah, my roommate was okay with it, but then again, he didn't think she was going to get a job. That's what was wrong. He didn't expect her to get the job. And my husband was uneasy about it, mainly because of the fact that I don't really think that he was a fan of somebody taking attention away from him.
That, and we were both fangirls.
Yeah.
And he had this whole thing. He was the one who assumed that she was cheating on him by talking to me.
Now, mind you,
because we were role playing.
This was years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Back when we were still
it was just dating.
And we were just friends. And that was something entirely different. That wasn't even. He didn't even think I was cheating with her. He just thought I was talking to somebody else.
And cheating.
I was being a nerd, and I didn't want my boyfriend to know that I was role playing a kids show. So I closed out of my chat log really quick so he wouldn't see it. And he thought I was talking to some guy, and I was like, no. And finally, I showed it to him. Because it was so derp. It was Foster's Home for My J Friends. I was embarrassed about it. I thought I was a nerd. And he just laughed it off at that point once he realized what it was. And I was like, yeah, it's not like that. And
but then he saw I started becoming a problem.
Yeah,
but anyway, I came down on the 19th, and the interview I think was on the 23rd.
She was so nervous. She was like,
God, because it was my very first job interview. Now you have to understand.
She's worked before, just for her dad's construction company.
I worked for my own parents' construction company, so it wasn't like I had to do a job interview. It wasn't like I had to pay taxes or actually appear professional to people. And I was in the Air Force. You don't really have a job resume for that. You just kind of join. So this was the first time where I actually had to make an impression on somebody.
She's all nervous. She's all fritzing. And let me put it this way. Nobody gets really turned away from our job. I'll be honest. Nobody ever really gets rejected because our turnover rate is so high. People quit all the time.
Yeah.
Or leave. Or find another job. So I knew she was going to get it. It's just she's so nervous. She's anxious. She doesn't know what to put on her resume. Oh my God. Freaking out. She goes in. She goes, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm like,
I get the job. I got the job within like 5 minutes at most. And so I started working on the 26th. It was in training, but I got the job. And so I got the job literally a week in. So it wasn't like I had any rush to do anything.
So informed the roommate, informed my husband, and the husband was okay with it. He actually really seemed to like her at first because he was like, she's really energetic and she's really like fresh and outspoken, and it's like a relief.
Yeah.
Until, she starts being outspoken about anything that you happen to do, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I have a problem with people, whether I do, and people can, for some reason, they really can't seem to stand that. And he started making the mistake of talking to me through Facebook when I was at work. And that's the worst thing you can do because my territory, as you've seen in, if you read What is My Passion, or What is Your Passion?
Is the internet.
The internet is pretty much where I live. He intentionally walked into my territory, and that's the worst thing you can do.
And he also has a tendency to take things that you write the wrong
way.
Yeah,
big time. And things that I do.
Some things, admittedly, were very harsh that she wrote. Yes, but not always. Some of the stuff was just simple. And
but at the same time, I mean what I say. Mm-hmm. And I don't regret it. And it's not out of disrespect or anything. It's just that if I regret it, then that's kind of a slap towards me, and I don't feel well about myself. But I pissed him off so badly. And it got to the point where, let's just say this. He cannot come into the same house as me. He doesn't like it if I'm even anywhere on the same floor of the house as him. When I was upstairs, the minute he heard me walking around, he gets so uncomfortable being in the house. And whenever he had left, he still had the key to the house after he had walked out on us. So it was kind of like he would only come over when we weren't here, which pissed us off even more. Or when we were asleep, exactly. Which pissed us off even more. But he cannot stand at all. Like, even if she mentions my name, he just kind of goes off about it. And it's really kind of funny, because when you think about it, all you can think of is this giant, bold word, butt hurt. And it's hilarious, but...
Now, and one thing I want to stress here, guys, is that, like, with this, you know, I guess you could say, oh, she's a home wrecker. Not really.
Oh, yeah. But I totally had dibs on her first.
We had problems, me and him had, for the past 6 months or so. I mean, we've been living in the same house. We've been living together for years. And, I mean, we were barely spoken to each other in 6 months. And it was just getting really tense in the house. And things were just... And, I mean, like I said, the first couple months she was here, everything was freaking sunshine and roses. That boy was happy. He was fine with things. And then, like, he realized that me and her got along a lot better. And that's when things started going downhill, and we had a lot of problems from it. And that, he really doesn't like fangirling, and we do it a lot. Obviously, because it's what we like, and it inspires me to draw more, inspires her to write more. To me, that's a win-win situation.
I'm not seeing the 13 here. Am I blind? I uploaded the 13, but I don't see it. Let me...
Are you sure you uploaded the 13?
I did, because I just watched it. We just watched it. But we're trying to get these other questions up here. But anyway, it just got to the point. It was kind of hilarious.
It's a huge thing that we've been through to become 9 fans, and the kind of fans that we are currently. I mean, I guess if you want to look at it objectively, you could say it ruined a marriage. But not really. 9 wasn't what caused it. Like I said, we've had problems, and that's the root of it. Me and her don't have problems. We don't have arguments. When we have issues,
we have to intentionally fight with each other. It's kind of funny when we're at work.
I've had like 3 people say, "Oh, it's butterflies. You know, that 6-month thing. You get over it." And I'm like, I think I would have gotten over the 6-month butterfly thing.
8 years ago.
Yeah, or last year, or not last year, the year before last, in 2009 when I got back in touch with her.
Yeah. Kinda. Yeah.
I mean, when I have a problem, I come to her and she helps me fix it, and I don't know really what I give back. I'm sure I give back something, but...
You give back amazing sex.
Really? Really?
I only use you for your body.
Really?
I'm kidding.
The spat kid body?
No, I use you for Lewis.
Oh, I see. I see. You only like me for my Stitch Punk. I see. When you drop the non-fandom, you're going to drop me too. I see.
No, I'm not. We got good company. I can't drop it. But anyway, I mean, it was kind of funny. We have to intentionally fight with each other.
We do.
At work, somebody recently made the comment at work where they love watching it was Brandon in the car. He loves watching us bicker because we're sitting in the car.
We call each other some horrible things.
We do. I'll just like look at her and I'll be like, "You fucking whore."
I'm like, "You bitch."
No, you cunt.
Yeah, you know what? You know what you want to go? You want to go? Get out of this car. Fat. Excuse me.
Fat bitch. Look at you chucking down that sandwich.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. You hoe.
We do this at work, at home. We do it anywhere because there's like no tension. It was kind of funny.
I mean, if you it's kind of like these are our pet names.
Yeah.
If we're not doing that, we're calling each other our Stitch Punks names. I shit you not.